So, and I think it's a perfect time to talk about the schedule that we've got coming up on DAZN, right? That second quarter, everyone was waiting for the fights to be announced, and more fights are getting announced. We just saw on Saturday the announcement that Lee Wood's going to take on Mauricio Lara again. Yeah. That was a surprise to everyone and a good surprise. But I want to start, if we can, with AJ on the weekend, because that was it, wasn't it? That was the 1st of April. That was the start of the second quarter. This weekend, we've got Bam Rodriguez coming up. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then we go to Wells for Joe Cordina-Rakhimov. Joe Cordina trying to get his IBF super featherweight. You wait a few hours, just a few hours, and then you get Tank versus Ryan Garcia, which is free. It's part of your subscription for UK and Irish DAZN subscribers. And then you keep on going, May 6th, you get Canelo versus Ryder. Again, free, part of your subscription. These are pay-per-view fights, by the way. And then you get Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And people might say, Ade, you're just saying this because you work for the company. No. I look at that run of fights, the schedule of fights, and it's value for money. And that's what we always push. We want value for money. And it's world title fights. It's big, what would be considered pay-per-view fights. And it's all part of your subscription. I think it's fantastic.
Adi, nobody can complain with that. It's unbelievable value. It really is. I mean, listen, you've got a fight for the ages involved in there. I know, Canelo and Ryder is a little bit of a, let's see how it goes, but it's his homecoming, Guadalajara, Mexico. I mean, you've got Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron, undisputed v undisputed, but ultimately you're getting a modern day legendary fight when it comes to Tank Davies and Ryan Garcia. It's a fight where everybody, I can't find 5 people and they're all picking one person.
Yeah.
And that's when you've got a monster. You've got an unbelievable fight. I think Tank Garcia is going to, I think Gervonta Davis is going to win. I really do. But I can paint 10 different ways he can lose against someone like Ryan Garcia. So there's so much quality on them cards. I mean, listen, I'm bypassing my own. Cordina and Rakhimov is a worldie of a fight.
Crazy.
After what he done against the Gower, it's just, and we've seen Rakhimov now, we've seen what he can do and what he's capable of against Zelfa Barrett. It's endless quality. It's the boxing fix of all boxing fixes.
It is, and Zelfa Barrett's on that card as well, that Rakhimov Cordina card. And let's not forget Sandy Ryan's fighting for a world title on that card. Jordan Thompson's on that card. So it's not just a main event. Do you know what I mean? It's a fit card. It really is a card that has a lot of depth to it. And look, you mentioned John Ryder there, and I spoke to him at ringside at the AJ fight. And I was like, look, it doesn't get any easier, right? You're fighting Canelo, the undisputed champ, pound for pound, top 4, top 5, and you're going into his hometown. His hometown. But again, for UK and Irish fans, you get to see that free as part of your subscription. So it is quality after quality. And then we had the announcement of Lee Wood versus Mauricio Lara 2. I said to Lee, look, the first one was pictured as Dance with the Devil. You lost and you're going to dance with him again?
You're going to move in with him now.
So it's honestly, it's a stacked card, and there's whispers of more announcements coming as well. Potentially, and I asked Eddie this in the ring, didn't I? Are we going to get an announcement of Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr.? And Eddie kind of said, it's close, or we're getting close to it. So then this second quarter schedule, as the second quarter goes, I think it's sensational. And again, it's all about value for money. I'll be one of the first people that say, look, it has to be value for money. It looks like we weren't going to get Katie Taylor versus anyone. All of a sudden, Chantel Cameron puts her hand up, Katie Taylor puts her hand up, and we go into the free arena for Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron at 140.
And also, Eddie, let's not forget, there's going to be fights for the likes of Sonny Edwards. That boy has got a list that can be put in front of him. We've got Jack Catchell now, who was, who basically everyone believes is the undisputed champion of the world, but he's going to get the chance to set things straight, pick himself up a world title. So, the signings that are coming over to us also is really good and really exciting. So I just can't wait. I really, really can't. Sonny Edwards excites me, I'm not going to lie. And the fact that Galal Yafai wants to fight him now. And I seen Galal backstage on Saturday. I said, a brilliant performance really is, but kid, trust me, slow down. What's the rush? Still a baby. And he's like, Tony, I just know how good it is. And I don't doubt you. He is the best prospect in world boxing under 5 fights by a mile. There is no one with under 5 fights that is even anywhere near on the same level as Galal Yafai, under 5.
Yeah, and he's fighting in big shows all the time. Eddie could never take him back to York Hall, Bethnal Green. Like, everything's big, isn't it? It's Madison Square Garden. You know, he's fighting everywhere, isn't he? At O2 Arena, he was fighting in the Middle East. So yeah, you're right. And the good thing for Sonny Edwards as well, and I said to them as well, I said, look, every promoter seems to have almost a monopoly of a division. I said, Eddie's got a monopoly of not just fly, but light fly and super fly. You're covered for the next 5 years. And Sonny Edwards is exciting, isn't he? He's very vocal on Twitter, very vocal on social media. I think he's a fantastic sign, and so looking forward to that. They just announced Shannon Ryan as well, so three good signings. And you mentioned Jack Catterall there. Hopefully, he has one run out. He needs it. He's not fought for a year, and hopefully we can get him the Regis Prograis fight. That's the fight he wants to put him right back in there. World title crack.
That's a hard fight, Eddie. Regis Prograis against Jack Catterall, absolutely fantastic. And then ultimately, you know, we talk about Sonny Edwards, but his name keeps being linked with someone else, and everybody knows. And Bam Rodriguez is just, he's that guy. He's the one who everybody fears.
Bam's the one, isn't he? Bam's the one that, he's the future, if we're honest with you. And I know we like to talk about Shakur Stevenson a lot, and rightly so, because Shakur for me is just a special talent. Bam's not too far behind that. Honestly, he's not too far behind that at all. All roads lead to Bam Rodriguez. So hopefully if Bam comes through his fight on Saturday, as we're expecting him to, Eddie wants to kind of make a mini in-house tournament with all those guys. Yeah. So you maybe chuck in a Julio Cesar Martinez, right? Who, by the way, remember, let's not forget, he beat Sonny's brother Charlie. In controversial circumstances, you remember, it was a disqualification, but he beat him. Yeah. He beat him. So there's a bit of old school kickboxer revenge there. Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. There's a bit of that. So for Bam on Saturday, hopefully he gets through it, because again, big fights, big fights next for him coming up. But look, honestly, it's a great schedule. Hopefully, and you know, I've teased Eddie, hopefully we get a Dimitri Bivol announcement very, very soon as well.
Needs a fight, yeah.
Yeah, he does need a fight desperately, coming off those good wins that he had last year. But yeah, honestly, out of 10, I was going to say 10, 9.5.
I mean, well, the best way to look at it is, how could you make it better? For the DAZN subscribers, it's just next level. It really is. I mean, listen, if you just said there's only going to be Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron, and then you're also going to get Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia, everyone will be like, wow, this is an unbelievable schedule. But then when you've just added all the others in, you just keep throwing title after title, big fight after big fight.
Oh, I've missed one.
Go on, what have you missed?
Misfits. Don't forget my Misfits. No. Don't forget my Misfits. We got JMX versus Le'Veon Bell, New Orleans, April 21st, and then KSI versus Joe Fournier.
Don't drag me down there.
Don't forget my Misfits.
We are the game. Me and you are the future. That stuff has its place.
I'm going to get you on there, Tony. You'll be commentating on Misfits with me sooner rather than later. You watch.
I do really like JJ. I really do like the kid. And I've also got a kid in Liverpool who's absolutely huge on TikTok. And I've spoke to JJ and told him, listen, sort me man out and look after him, because we're going to help train him. And we think he may be able to do a little bit of damage. So,
so you're getting you're getting into the swing of it now.
There's a Scouser called Still Ryan. And he's still gang, and just watch him. He's
okay. This appearance with Tony on Misfits is coming as I think. You'll be there, Tony. I know you'll be there. Who doesn't want to go New Orleans? All right, look, that's the schedule coming up on DAZN. It is a fantastic schedule. All starts this weekend, by the way. Bam Rodriguez in action in San Antonio. It's his hometown. It's his home city. He's going to put on a really good performance, and hopefully, as I say, without putting pressure on the young man, hopefully we do get to see those Sonny Edwards fights, those Martinez's fights, and then eventually, in a couple of years' time, maybe a superstar fight against him and Galal fight. But that's the schedule. It's a crazy schedule, and trust me, there's more to come.